What's up, my beautiful people? What y'all doing? I hope y'all eating because food is life.
Someone special that's gonna love me for me. Let the world know I'm his lady. Plus he treats me like a queen. I can rip my heart out and I can hand it to you, but that still won't be enough. Won't fix the pain you put me through.
Okay, so I'm sure y'all been wondering where I've been and why I haven't been uploading and why I said I was gonna be uploading, but I haven't, and stuff like that and things like that and everything like that. But I'm here to tell y'all right now, I came bearing good news. Okay, so the first time I got in a fight and got suspended, I was in the 6th grade, which means I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. I don't know how to explain it. I wasn't shy, but I was shy, if that makes sense. You know how you don't really talk to a lot of people, you don't feel they vibe, so you just don't talk in general. I don't vibe with none of these people. They not my type of company. So, but there was this one girl. She's still my best friend. So my best friend since 6th grade. Yeah. Once the school year started, I was keeping to myself, doing my work and stuff like that. And then one day, I forgot to do my homework for because I had a math class and a language arts class. That was the only classes I had in the 6th grade. So one day I forgot to do my language arts homework, and I had math before language arts. So I was doing my math homework. I was doing my language arts homework in my math class, and my language arts homework was to like color stuff. And I didn't have colored crayons at home, so I just didn't go to the store and buy any. So like, dang, what to do? So took some colored crayons from my math class and started coloring, and my teacher saw and took it from me. So I got mad. So then the teacher tried talking to me like 5 minutes later, and I was just sitting there like, don't speak to me. Don't talk to me, because you just like, I'm pretty sure you just hurt my grade. Technically, it was my fault, but it's more your fault because you just took that from me, and you know it's due. I'm pretty sure you know it's due. So I didn't get to turn it in, but my dumb self didn't know that all he did was set it on the table behind me. So I didn't see it for a few days, and when I saw it, I was like, ooh, I could have turned this in still. But anyway, that happened. And then when math was over, we usually go to recess, and there's 2 swings on like one compartment part of the thing, and then there's 2 swings on the other side. There was 2 girls on the other side of the swing, and I think there was only 4 swings. So some girl came up to me and she's like, I want to swing next. And I was like, sucks for you. And then she was like, can I swing next? And I was like, no, go ask somebody else. And bro, I was already mad. So I was like, girl, leave me alone. And she was just like, she got mad and started kicking the wood chips. I was like, ooh, someone's upset. Okay, so in the 6th grade at that school, we have recess before we have lunch. So after recess was over, we lined up for lunch. And when we line up, you line up from alphabetical order from last name. So I'm J, and my best friend last name starts with a B. So she's way in the front, I'm in the middle. And I'm just not wanting to be bothered by anybody. So I stood like outside of the line, because they was just playing around, pushing each other, talking, and I was okay with that. I didn't care, but like, don't push me. So I just didn't say anything, kept to myself, stood on the outside of the line, but still like in my spot, so that way when we go in, I can get back in my spot and go in. And then this girl that was asking me if she could take my swings, she was like, you got out of line. I was like, whoo. I was like, girl, leave me alone. But then she was just like, yeah, you got in line, so you have to go to the end of the line. And her last name starts with a W, so she was last, pretty much. She was like last. And so she was at the way end of the line. I'm like, leave me alone. So then she was like, no, you have to go to the end of the line because you got out of line. So I started walking, and she grabbed my arm. Bro, I pulled away so fast, I was like, don't touch me. Do not touch me today, because you're going to get hurt. So then she let me go. One of the proctors told her to go back to the end of the line, so she went back to the end of the line, left me alone for a little bit. And then I got my lunch, and it was something really nasty, and I didn't want to eat. So I got my lunch, sat down, me and my best friend sitting there talking, and my best friend was like, she was just talking to me and stuff like that. She was like, she's coming over, be nice, because the girl that was just bothering me all day, she was coming over And then my best friend told me she's coming over, so be nice. So I was like, I'll try. So then she came over and she was like, cause she brings her own lunch, and she said her mom packed her something that she didn't like, and I guess she saw me not eating. She must have been staring at me or something, but I don't know how to explain it. She must have been staring at me. So then she came up to me and she's like, are you gonna eat that? I was like, no. She's like, can I have it? I was like, no. And then she's like, but you're not gonna eat it, so why can't I have it? I was like, because I said no. It's my food. I paid for it, and I said no. And then she's like, if you're not gonna eat it, you need to give it to somebody else who's gonna eat it. I was like, I don't need to do anything. I was like, you're smart today. Your attitude's really on a 10, because you really think I'm just gonna sit here and give you my food after you've touched me? Girl, get out my face, leave. And then she was like staring at me. I'm like, move. So I pushed her. So she grabbed it, tried to put it in her mouth. I smacked it out her hand. It fell on the floor. She got mad, and I was like, you shouldn't have touched my food. Go eat your food. You have your own. We all have our own food here. So don't touch me, my food, anything. So when we was done, I went around and went to the bathroom. And I'm like in the bathroom, and you know how like there's a mirror, so I'm like in the bathroom doing like touching on my hair. I don't remember what I was doing with my hair. So I was just touching my hair, and I washed my hands. And when I look up, I look in the mirror, I see this girl walking up towards me, like it looks like she's trying to sneak up on me. And I'm like, honey, what are you doing? But I didn't say that. I just see her like sneaking up towards me. Then I see her lift her hand up like she about to hit me because I knocked my food out her hand. What? So, bro, when I saw that, like my instincts came in. I went like that and I smacked her in the hair. I smacked her hard in her face. Bro. I hit her so hard her glasses flew off her face and went across the bathroom floor, and I didn't even notice her glasses flew off her face, because after I hit her and her glasses flew off her face, I kept hitting her. I hit her, then I kept punching her in the face, and when I got up, like, because these other girls were in the bathroom, and they were like, oh my gosh. Then the proctor heard us fighting, and she was like, hey, get off of her. Then when I looked up to see who was talking to me, I look up, and I just started kicking her. I kicked her in her stomach. I kicked her in her leg. I probably kicked her in her back, too. I was kicking her everywhere. I was just kicking her. And then I look up again, and when I look down to, like, finish beating her, I couldn't find her. So I went out the bathroom. She was already out the bathroom, went down the ramp, and started running. She was running to the principal's office with no glasses. Like, how does she know where it is? She was running to the principal's office. She knocked on the principal's door. And the principal's door, you don't knock on the principal's door. You don't do that. You just don't. You go into the office, and then you ask for the principal. The principal's door, nah, you don't touch it. And we had a black principal, so you know she was crazy. She was banging on the principal's door. The principal opened it. She was like, who's banging on my door like this? And she just see the girl crying. She's crying, like crying hard. Then when she saw the girl crying, she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, what happened? Blah, 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 this and all of that. And when I like went back into the bathroom because I wasn't finished. I went to go dry my hands. And I see her glasses on the floor. And I'm like, did I knock those off her face? Bro, when I saw that, I was like, she has no glasses and she doesn't know where they are, and I didn't pick them up. She shouldn't have bothered me that day. That was the wrong day to bother me. So then the principal like let her go into her office, and she was telling the principal everything that happened and stuff like that. And y'all know that I go by Soraya, but in the 6th grade I didn't go by Soraya. I didn't go by Soraya until I was in the 9th grade. So it was hard for people to pronounce my name. It was hard for people to remember my name. And she barely knew me. So I'm just like, girl, like nobody knew how to say my name in that class. Nobody knew me. I didn't talk to anybody. So if somebody said something about me to a teacher or a principal, it was most likely a lie, because I kept to myself. And when she told the principal that, the principal called my teacher. I was already in class, because after I dried my hands, I went back to the line. My teacher came, took us to her class, and I was already in class getting my work done. I was done with her. She was like a fly on the wall. The principal called the classroom to tell her that the girl was coming back to the class. So since she didn't know my name, she was just going back to the class, and like she had to point me out to the teacher. Then the teacher would tell the principal who I was. Yeah, I got suspended, but the girl didn't get suspended, even though she was bothering me all day, and she hit me first. I think she didn't hit me. Oh yeah, I didn't tell y'all about how after she took my food and we was coming out the door to go line up, I was holding the door open for everybody, just so I could see when she comes out. So that way I can like watch her, because I knew she was gonna try to bother me again. And I didn't see her. She snuck behind some people. Like she ducked down, sneaking behind people and went out the door. That's why I didn't see her. And all of a sudden I just feel a bang on the back of my head. She smacked me in the back of my head. So I'll start chasing her, and she got away. Because I didn't realize who it was. Because when I looked back, my best friend was behind me. And she was like, I didn't hit you. And I was like, who hit me? And then she pointed, and I see the girl running. So I chased her. And then, like, she got away because I was like, she's in my class. Why am I chasing her? So then that's when I went to the bathroom, and that's when all that happened. So when she went back to the classroom and she pointed me out to the teacher wrote my name down so she could give it to the principal. I didn't get suspended for that one. I got in-school suspension, so I had to stay in another classroom. But I still had lunch with my with my classmates. I still had lunch with my classmates. So when it was time for my lunch, I went to lunch. I saw my best friend. She was playing dodgeball with everybody else. So I went to dodgeball. Me and my best friend was standing in the way back of the dodgeball court, so we don't get hit, so we don't have to play either. So we was just standing in the back of the dodgeball court, just standing there. And this girl comes up to me again. And recess was over, so everybody was going to go line up. So I was starting to walk to go line up. And there was a line, that like outlines the dodgeball thing. I was in the line, and she was out of it. And when I got out of the line, she went into the dodgeball court, and she started jumping at me, like jumping over the line. She was like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? And she had, her shoelaces were untied. I swear I did not do this. I swear, when I tell y'all what happened, I swear I didn't do it. I promise you, if I did it, I would tell y'all. I did not do this to this girl. She had her shoelaces untied. And when I jumped back at her, when I stepped on her shoelace, she fell and her ankle broke. And I was like, oopsie. I didn't know her ankle was broken. I thought she was just being dramatic, because when she fell, she started crying hard. Then people had to come, and they carried her to the office. And yeah, that's when I got suspended. So my mom was like, if you was gonna get suspended, you should beat that girl ass. And blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. You know how parents are. And I was like, Mom, I didn't know I was gonna get suspended. I was trying to explain to them that I didn't bother this girl. I went back to school, and I didn't bother her. She was bothering me. She was bothering me before, I didn't even know her name until, yeah, I figured it out. I know her first and last name, and it's just I waited to the last day of school, and I went to her bus, stood in front of the doors, and I wouldn't let her on her bus. The bus driver was telling me to move, so I moved, and then when she started to get on the bus, I pushed her, and I went home. But anyway, that's beside the point. That doesn't really matter in this story, does it? Oh, I told y'all the wrong story. First time I got suspended for fighting, I was in 3rd grade. So yeah, this was a story. I got suspended, and this girl was messing with me, and I literally did nothing to her. Literally, like, listen to this story. I did nothing to her except knock her glasses off her face, push her when she was trying to get on her bus, and break her ankle. But I swear I didn't do all that. Like, she bothered me first. So who really to blame for all this? Not me. I'm gonna be doing another video probably next week or at the end of this week. I'm not sure. I might upload this tomorrow. So happy Thanksgiving to all my subscribers out there, all my people who watching. Y'all go ahead and subscribe, comment, like, and share. Tell your friends, and let me know what's the dealio. Like, let me know what you want. So yeah, make sure y'all go follow my social media. I haven't done it yet, but I probably will post on my Snapchat. Swipe up with questions so that way I can answer them on my YouTube video, or swipe up with YouTube ideas that I should do next. So make sure y'all go let me know what y'all want. Bye.